Let's try this again. It's now August of 2020. Back in March, at the beginning of March, I started a Kickstarter to raise money to release my next album, which was going to be titled 2020. I'm not so sure that's going to be the title, but I did start working on it, even though in the middle of my Kickstarter, when it almost reached the goal, when I had a lot of people pledging money, and I appreciate that very much, the world shut down. And I knew when this happened that I wasn't going to reach the goal of my project, and I wasn't even sure that I was going to make an album this year, but here we are, a few months later, and I have it about half finished. And Chell Benner, Scott McGill, Percy Jones, Steve Carlisle, Chris Kuda, and Michael Bernier, along with Mark Teague and other guest musicians, are all going to be on this album. Now, I'm sticking with the plan that the 10 songs, or maybe 9 songs on this album, depending on the length of the songs, none of them are going to be written by me. This will be the first time I've ever released an album of my own, a solo record, with no material written by myself. There might be a drum solo or 3, that of course I write, but as far as actual songs, they will all be written by the other players. Probably one by each person. So what can you do to help? Well, you can pledge. And as you pledge, the more you pledge, the greater the reward. And you can see those listed at the bottom here. You could pledge $1, $2, $200. I greatly appreciate anything you can afford, because I really, especially now, I really want to put out an album this year. It'll probably be out in December, towards the end of the year, and it will be probably all instrumental, like my albums usually are, and feature a lot of guitar players, a couple bass players, hopefully some keyboard players. Hopefully I'll get Chris Bacchus to play sax again. He was on my last album. So, let's try this again. I'm trying to raise $1,000. I need it to mix, master, and press some CDs, or do some of those USB drive cassette case style things, which I have listed as a reward. So if you pledged before, hopefully you could do it again. I greatly appreciate it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, This is how I make an album every year. I've made albums for the last 10 years. I put out about 10 albums over the last decade. I'm very proud of them. They have lots of very cool special guests. Some of you may have them. You could hear them on YouTube. I don't think they're on Spotify or any of those things. I don't know how that even works. But this is how I get to release my album a year of my solo stuff. So if you could help me out with $1 or $2 or $10, whatever you can afford, every little bit helps. Don't think, oh, I'm not going to give $2 because that doesn't help. It helps tremendously. Please. And thank you.